Another day, another Dead Cells. We're back to do, I don't know, a survival run? Said survival run in chat, and I feel like that's a decent one. I was just thinking maybe do brutality again. Hey, oh, I thought I saw an invisibility necklace there, but no such luck. Oh, well, that's fine. Maybe next time. Anything? I mean, I guess this would be maybe a decent survival run, but also we do, you know something I haven't done for a while? Crossbows. I think that's a good take, and I can also go do stuff like, I don't know, well, be able to get 1% healed vampirism stuff, but also at the same time get some good use out of stuff like Armadillo Pack, which I haven't done for a while, right? I think that's a good idea. Two-handed weapons. Tend not to use them most of the time. And let me tell you, if I am getting good stats like I am right now, I think this will work out well. Maybe. You know, one of the things that never really came about in Dead Cells too much is mutations specifically for two-handed weapons. Kind of interesting to think about that, because there definitely are a few. Quite a few that you can end up getting over the course of a run, but not much where it plans for you to end up using that. Sort of much like movement weapons and the like. Not really. Oh, you can make a build based around that. They certainly give you the opportunity, but at the same time, it never is something recommended most of the time. No, wrong button there. There we are, much nicer. I'm gonna have to remember I do not have a shield on. I feel like I'm getting more back into the shield groove of things. It used to be that, you know, I was trying to hit you there. Used to be that it's like I didn't want to use shield too much in terms of showing off the proper weapon for the run. At this point in time, I think it's mostly I just don't use it enough because I never used it enough. That's kind of what's happening here. So I got to get myself out of that mindset, out of that Sigma grind set and into a good grind set. A Sigma mindset, of course. No grinding here. Whether you're Pepper or having sex, there will be no grinding on this channel. Teeth, what else grinds? Gears, I suppose? Making like grinding noises. Mortar and pestle. None of that right now. Any of that is going to be outlawed by decree of me, your ruler and God King. All right, pre-ground. Oh yeah, coffee gets ground. That's right. And coffee also creates grounds when used up. Isn't that weird? Like, you wouldn't think that that's how that would work, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just real quick. Can't you believe that? Can you even believe that not only do you grind coffee, but also coffee when ground are called grounds? Amazing. Okay. You get it. Unless you didn't watch sitcoms from the 90s, then you're probably very confused as to why I started to do a bunch of slap bass with my mouth. Or maybe you just kind of accept that that's a thing that happens on this channel. That it's like, oh, he's doing MIDI slap bass with his mouth. Everybody, oh, yeah, no, he'll get over it in a couple seconds. Just hold tight, right? Where am I looking for this sort of stuff? Airplanes these days. Why don't they serve food anymore? Well, they do if they're in first class. Is it still bad? I don't know. You know, the thing is, it's like everybody's making fun of Seinfeld for the whole, like, what's the deal with airline food? When it's like, even in the Seinfeld series itself, they were making that joke. Do you know how unoriginal you have to be copying something that was already done 30 years ago? Consider that. Consider that the next time that you want to make fun of Jerry Seinfeld, of Mr. B movie himself. We're gonna get coffee fires, airs, and waters. I mean, coffee water is just coffee. That's what coffee is. Coffee fires, probably not so much. I mean, you might be able to get that sort of thing that they used to do in in Are You Afraid of the Dark, where they threw those coffee no, it's coffee creamer they threw onto a fire to make it like rise up for a second. You know, it's kind of like a affectation. Is that the word I want to use? It's close enough. Coffee airs. I guess that would just that be the smell of coffee? I think. Yeah, that's what I would consider it to be. Oh yeah, armadillo pack. Right. I feel like that's kind of the one to go get. The coffee aether. And encompassing the void of coffee space. Still playing Cookie Clicker, by the way, this is just suddenly reminding me of a lot. Coffee fumes is an interesting way to put it. Not usually what I consider to be a fume of that sort, but also not impossible to consider that to be a fume of some sort. Certainly, I do think that you could get sick from coffee fumes. Like, it's a chemical smell, right? And coffee can certainly have a chemical smell. It's very strong, very acidic, right? I don't know if I would necessarily consider it to be like on the same level as I don't know, like an ammonia or something like that. But it's not impossible. Aren't all smells chemical spells? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was getting at. Fine. Okay, if you don't want me to meander about while I'm trying to waste time thinking of the next topic that I'm going to talk about. Like, what? Okay, fine, I guess. Okay, we can go drop the coffee bit and move on to the next one. Man, oh, wait, not that one. Actually did get the parry. I'll take. What's the next? Hey, I like, exploding bow, exploding crossbow. That's a good weapon here, right? Now do tea. I don't really have too much to say about tea. I do enjoy tea. Hey, nice. I'll take an upgrade. Absolute. Oh, that's, wow, look at that cross hit. I don't know what to make of that, really. It's interesting, certainly, and I am taking 2 times damage with, huh? Wow. See, the game's got me covered when it comes to other topics of conversation, because what is even going on with this thing? The lesser part of this weapon, the melee hit, which is okay. I mean, it's not bad or anything, but not what I would consider like the major part. I can make this work. Anyway, tea. Tea is good. I don't have much to say on it though. I feel like it is like what do you think of tea? Can we get a poll in chat? Can we get a prediction in chat what chat's gonna think about tea? Yes? Fantastic. Oh man. Okay. Well, thankfully punishment's got me covered there too. No. Yes. There we go. They fought a war over tea for some reason. That's not, that was a war about taxes. That wasn't a war about tea. Unless there was a different war about tea. Chat. I actually think that Mushroom Boy can really come in handy if I want to sacrifice him again to skip a boss. And I might. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say it's an impossible sort of thing, but I'm just going to end up going right to the morays again. Brew myself a cuppa soon. Now, anyway, good ways to make side income. I mean, as far as side income goes, the only thing that I've done is like and this is kind of embarrassing to admit because I know it's so stupid. I actually run a very modestly successful YouTube channel and stream occasionally, but let me tell you, that's not really like a good way to make extra income. It's really more of like a hobby thing. And yeah, I know, I'm an influencer. I'm a content. Oh, you don't even know what that is. Oh, you don't even know what it means to, how do I even get money putting things online? Oh boy, okay. So what I do is I partner, and it's really more of a contract with YouTube that allows me to run advertisements on the, oh, you mean my OnlyFans? Okay, yeah. I just strip down and film it. It's actually really easy and you get tons of money. Don't accidentally reveal what your name is to your YouTube channel, though. Most people are going to be cool about it, but some people get really weird about that sort of thing when they find out. OnlyFans is unprofitable. Yeah, you think I don't know that? I mean, I think I'm pretty well aware of the idea that it's just like people have this sort of perception that it's some sort of easy way to get money. The reality is it's not. Oh, sure. Much like for, yeah, if you're one of the tippy-tip top people. Hot or cold tea? I like cold drinks. No, I like room temperature drinks, which is, I guess you would consider that in the realm of hot drinks, right? Even though I would say that there is a distinction to be made, because I feel like truly hot drinks are of the sort... Man, we were really going all over the place in terms of topics of conversation. Hot drinks take too long to cool down and actually be drinkable. But I also don't want, like, super cold drinks. I don't like cold foods. I've talked about this before, right? Not a big fan of, like, ice creams because of that. And I know, it's like a lot of people very big fans of, hey, or record Endophanera podcast. You know, actually, speaking of that, I remember we were talking, me and Second Guy were talking about at some point doing a bit where we did fake ad reads for Endophanera. Did we ever actually do that? I don't remember at this point. And I usually remember stupid bits that I do in my various videos. Well, it depends on which one. Like these streams, probably not going to remember much of anything. In fact, I've already forgotten largely what happened at the beginning of this stream. Might have still been talking about coffee now that I'm thinking about it. Hard to say. Anyway. Name reveal, it's Cock Johnson. Yeah. No, well, I mean, you know, it's Kyle, but I like this, you know, like, but if I try and like do a sort of play on words like cockle, it's like a cockle's a real thing. It doesn't work nearly as well as you want it to, right? So yeah, Cock Johnson's just what I end up going. I'm Cave Johnson's brother that owns a sexual internet. That's not the word I want to use. What's the word I want to use? Webpage? What is even a cockle? It's I think it's like a sea, like a mussel or an oyster. These things have names. Sea creature in shell. Somebody help me out here. Cousin of Dwayne Johnson? No, I just told you. Cousin of... See, I've already forgotten exactly what I was talking about. I made some sort of pun and now it's gone. A nautilus? A barnacle? No, what's the name of... What is the general name of those creatures? Mollusks. There you go, mollusks. No thanks to chat there. Shellfish works too. I suppose, yeah, it's like the shellfish is really more of like fish, right? Anyway, a cockle's like that. Any more questions about marine biology? I'm here to answer them. All day, every day. Except between the hours of... No, not again. We don't need to do this again. How many times? Hello, Mr. Dr. P.F. Firebird. Hello. I do like... honestly, I haven't had an Arizona tea in a while. I do like Arizona tea, though. That's a good cheap... I like the raspberry tea, specifically, in case you're wondering. But I will drink pretty much whatever. But the raspberry's my favorite. If they have that, I'll take that over whatever else. There you are. Yeah. When you construct a flat surface to hold your stuff, it doesn't really do that. It's only shellfish. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, thought I was about to be killed there. I saw my undead life flash before my eyes. I came out of a tube and went into some sort of headless corpse, and that's the entire thing, actually. And now, like 10 minutes later, how long has the stream been happening? 17 minutes? God, it does not feel like it's been that long. Anyway. Whoa! Take a walk on the wild side. Alright. Should be able to get a good amount of fire. And I knew I was going to run out of ammo, but that's... Ah! I hate you! That's you, Chad. I was talking to you. Alright. Teleport up here so I can kill you. Okay. I'm sorry, chat, but you need to know. And I like that the last thing to cover that curse was me killing an enemy that cursed me more. Curse me more, daddy, is what I said. Of course. I mean, I say that all the time. That's like my catchphrase, basically. Okay. No, you don't. In fact, I got that roll enough to get the parry, which is pretty sweet. All right. Hard agree. Raspberry tea is excellent. I just like the raspberry stuff, and I feel like they nailed that one bit better. Other than that, like, what else even? What? The other... Wow, just all the cursed enemies. Fun. Let's let the projectile continue messing around with my biters there. Oh yeah, the what is it? The Arnold Palmer one, also pretty good, and I do like the green tea one. But still, the preference is clear. Oh my God! Oh, thank you, Mushroom Boy, by the way. Everybody, thank Mushroom Boy. Yeah, oh my God, I hate this. If only I didn't get hit by the curse beam. There you go. One left, come on. We can do this easy. I can just wait around here until an enemy spawns, to be honest. Oh, these cursed biomes, especially this one being cursed. There we are. How do the new curse enemies work? Well, there's the, God, I can't remember the names of the enemies, but there's the Bell Ringer, who instantly kills you if you're above 50 curse, but otherwise just does a pretty hefty stun, almost guaranteeing you're gonna get hit by something else if they hit you with it. There is the curse throwing guy who has who throws out a projectile that when you get hit by it, you get cursed for 5. And then there's this little dude who doesn't actually do any damage, but gets in your way, and if you kill him, you get inflicted with 3 curse. They all, of course, then have their own... There he is. So yeah, 3 curse right there. They all have their own unique weapons and whatnot, and do all their own stuff. Also, Curse Staff guy does have a melee attack, just in case getting cursed doesn't finish you off, of course. Not to say that other enemies aren't going to be jumping at the chance to do so. There we go. They are some rough ones. They do not... Now, I will say, keep in mind, they only appear at higher level difficulties, so, you know, if you're only on, like, 1 or 2 boss cell, not going to be encountering. Don't worry about it. You're safe. For now. However, if you are the sort of person who loves to be playing on that 5-cell difficulty, you will be seeing it. It's gonna come up. Not, like, super often, but some areas you want to go to are going to be cursed areas. This game's still getting new stuff? Nope. The cells have been killed. This was the final update, for real this time, y'all. But like, for real though. This time. Didn't they say they were going to stop ages ago? Yeah, and then this update took until, 11 months to come out. So... we've been waiting on the proper release of this for some time. Not a problem for me, who's of course always in the beta, and so I unlocked everything very quickly that was in the new update. But you know, for everybody else, it is now finally out. I said that last time. Yeah, I know it's a real situation. It's a real sort of. Thank you, Mushroom Boy, yet again. It's a real sort of. Binding of Isaac, where it's just like, okay, this one's definitely going to be the final update for real this time. Although, as far as I know, I think that is in fact true for Repentance. Repento Motens. Wow, got hit right across that gap there, eh? Bam. Hit him, baby. Has the new game even come out yet? I mean, Evil Empire's gotten a couple new games coming out. But like the Windblown, no. As far as I know, I think that's sometime. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see if it's any good. That's pretty much my thoughts on that. So they'll postpone it because of Hades 2. Ah, whatever. Hades 2 is out. Well, like I said, I'll see if it's good first. As always, I have no loyalty to any companies, only to the games themselves. And if your game is found lacking, then I don't care. I'm not gonna play it. Ow. There we go. Well, losing a bit of health here, but I do have still actually the thing for. Let's go to the ossuary. It's been a little while since I've done that. Been a while. If you specialize in a game, are you a true gamer? No. One might say, I don't know who that one person is. Let's just say Picasso. Picasso might say that he fears the man who has practiced one punch 1,000 times, but I like practicing 1,000 punches one time. Except for Dead Cells, which I practice like 50 times or something. It's not like a ton, but it's also not an insignificant amount. I really do like Damned Vigor, but I also feel like I take it too much. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I think they appear from the second cell. I thought it was 4th and 5th boss cell only. But couldn't really tell you. Yeah, Alienation was, how do you feel about the phrase bricked up? Is that like a brick house? Mighty Mighty? Letting it all hang out? Which, if so, okay, I guess? Like, I don't feel, I don't have, honestly, okay, let me just, like, reach deep into my emotional state right now. I am feeling kind of confused, mostly, because I don't know exactly what it is. Like, I need more information before I can make any sort of definite call on the phrase bricked up. Boner. Now, the phrase boner, or, well, the word boner, the colloquialism boner, because as we know, penises, when they are erect, do become turgid with blood, giving them sort of a style not dissimilar to, like, a bone, hence the name boner. But bricked up. Now you're gonna have to explain more. You know? Yeah, I think it's only for 4 and 5 boss cell that we get the cursed stuff, and maybe only 5 boss cell. I would have to check. They did some tweaking on that for a while. I don't know if that's quite still the case. Don't need any food right now, do I? I could maybe go, well, Giant Killer. I do like Giant Killer. I do like Gold Digger too, but I wanted to go for, yeah, you know what? Sure. I feel like that's good. Isaac devs are still working on a co-op update. Oh, yeah! All right, that was in like a open alpha recently. I totally forgot about that. I mean, of course, it's like that's also, I suppose it's not surprising. That's one of those updates that me personally don't really care about too much because, of course, I'm not going to play any co-optional games, cooperational games. Oh, thank God. I'm dying. Give me a second here. I gasped too deeply. Too deeply and too greedily, I tried to incorporate air into my lungs. Yeah, okay, so that's still going on because I remember the open alpha, as it was called for that thing, was a while ago right now, right? But yeah, at the same, I like Hokuto's bow, but it's not really working in this particular build, is it? Okay, I dealt with adroitly. Can't wait to never play Silksong. It's never gonna happen. I was gonna say Motion Twin. No. Team Cherry, they made you... The greatest trick Team Cherry ever pulled was convincing you that there was a Silksong. And you fell for it. Like, I'm not gonna say, you know, I told you so, but, I mean, okay. But okay. But, you know, I will say that it's like, I was right. In the end, one thing, I don't know why, it doesn't even matter how hard you try, keep that in mind, I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know. And that's that Silksong never coming out. Never, ever. The time it's going to take for us to even get another update is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as pendulum swings. Watch count down to the end of the day. Clock ticks life away. It's so unreal. Ah! I didn't look out below. Watch time go right out the window. Wasted it all just to watch you go. All right. And there you go. Anyway, what was I talking about? What were we talking about at Silksong? Do I have anything else I can say about Silksong? I feel that it's been so long that I've said everything that can be said. And hence have instead started to go for Linkin Park lyrics. So what does that say about me? What does that say about you that you're watching me say that? These are the sort of questions that will not have an answer. And don't, really. I mean, there was never an answer. It's not like I'm hoarding the answer to that question. Sometimes it's up to the viewer themselves to be able to decide the actual course of events in a story. And you can say that, yes, I might have had an idea when I was originally talking about it, but that does not necessarily mean that that should be the canonical interpretation. And indeed, I designed it in a way where any interpretation could be canon, and I want it to be that way. And I don't know why you think that having my answer is going to be more valuable than anything you could come up with. I'm giving you a magical thing, the ability to choose your own destiny, and you just ask me what I want. I find that insulting, and you should too. My fallback is usually Evansens. Yeah, that makes sense. Evansens. Anyway. I, as the artist, have given you so much. So much. And you just want me to just hand you on a platter the exact interpretation of my work. Your interpretation of my work is my work. What am I talking about again? I don't... How do we get into that? Yep. And we're good. Oh, I played Celeste recently. That game soothes my mind. It didn't for me. Oh, every one of those. Celeste, I really like as a game. It's great, but I would not call it soothing. I would call myself getting very stressed out every single time that I missed one singular jump or was like able to get through a route 90% and then failed right at the end, having to do it again. Ooh. Great game, but it's like there's good reason why I never went back to go finish the DLC. Sort of like doing any one of those really hard challenge platformers. Whoa, Black Border is a bit happening? Wait, is there Black Border? Did I do a thing wrong? I can't tell. No, I think I'm good. The game, though I think will be great, is going to be so immensely underwhelming due to the hype and waiting around /for that game. Ah, yes, the old... What did that happen recently with? Geometry Dash, where people spent so long trying to wait for, you know, whatever the latest update. I don't know anything about Geometry Dash. I played a Geometry Dash based level in Bestified. That's the closest I've ever even come to doing that. Come. But it's like, it's wild. It's okay if Celeste scares you. It doesn't scare me. I'm more in awe. You know the word awesome? To be filled with awe, it does not mean something totally radical, cool, great. Sometimes it just means to have a level of astonishment that can't be explained in mere words, but merely just a gaping mouth open, ready to vor it, like so many people. Hey! Yeah, I still got hit there anyway. To be scared to finish it, which you misspelled, so I won that conversation anyway. It doesn't. You don't even need to hear the rest of it because you misspelled it. I'm sorry. I win. Did someone say vor? No. Unless you're just very hungry and you're talking about how voracious you are. No, nobody said that. Oh no. I'm sorry. That's how it works. See, especially me who is currently speaking right now, I can't misspell things. I could misspeak, but I think that doesn't quite carry the same weight with it as misspelling, so dims the brakes. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. And somehow you always mention vor. Well, to be fair, that was for the vor heads around here. I didn't. It's not like I came into this stream thinking I was going to talk about vor. It's just I know that there's an expectation. You know, everybody's got that thing that they do. They're just like, oh, he's gonna start singing Wonderwall, or oh, he's gonna floss on camera, and mine is I'm gonna talk about vor. It's like it's something necessary, even though I can understand why people wouldn't like it, right? Look, it's not my fault that human sexuality is hilarious. Okay? If sex wasn't funny, then I wouldn't have to talk about this all the time, right? Then I would just be singing Wonderwall. Because after all, it's a good song. Right? Weird. I'm surprised I was able to get out of that okay. No. Do your sweep. I'm not going to get caught by that again. There we are. Good. Look, we already did the Linkin Park. I can't just go and do Wonderwall. Ah! Mushroom Boy doing some work right now, by the way. Ah! Making this really annoying on me, you know. Yeah? Oh my god, this is so weird. Here, let's go for the parry when he's in midair, like that. When are you gonna floss on camera? Dental hygiene is important. You're telling me? Do I have to go redo the same bit that I did earlier this week? Yeah, it was Tuesday. That was Tuesday I did it. Tuesday, as I like to call it. Because it's the second day of the week. The work week. It's the week where you work. Which is this week, and most weeks. But it's an okay song at best, but we all sing it. It's a good song. Hey, I don't know. What is this sort of slander towards Oasis here? Where we're now just judging Wonderwall as a bad song. What is this? What sort of utter nonsense have I turned this stream into? We respect, yes, is Wonderwall a very simple song to play on guitar? Absolutely. Is it a bad song? No! Not even a mid song. It's a good song. I said okay. You said mid. I read between the lines. It's a mid as fuck song. Fuck you! Anyway. I don't know why I'm keeping up the swearing thing doing these streams. I'm letting myself slip. The mask is falling off. I don't think I've heard it. Oh, you should. It's good. It's a good song. That's what you should hear. Anyway. Like, you know all the lyrics to Wonderwall. How can it be a bad song? I mean, I don't think I know the lyrics to any bad songs. That's... Yes, and look, to step behind the bit here. Yeah, no, that's not true. I know the lyrics to plenty of bad songs. Christmas songs, for example. Yes, Google Wonderwall. Go get your Neil Cicereg on. Because after all, there's actually several different versions of that you can listen to by him. Oh, okay. Hey. Oh. Thanks, Mushroom. Ah, I hate. That parry in here, or not the parry, but there you go. Jeez, and I'm just sitting here taking this so that I can get healing, and now I gotta do this. Can you believe it? Can you believe it's turning out like that? Well, do be like that sometimes. Yep. Don't die, don't die, don't. Oh, what? There's nothing even over here. Don't die again. There we go. Oh, thank you to Faye, by the way, for the sub. I love you, as always. And I hope you love me, too, as much as I love Wonderwall. As you do. But I've heard Mumbo Jumbo sing it. The shaman from Banjo-Kazooie. Unless there's another Mumbo Jumbo that I'm unaware of. Mumbo Jumbo's lines are apparently just randomized syllables from... Oh, what was the phrase? It was some very English thing. I can't remember. There's always Mojo Jojo. That's the monkey with the exposed brain from the Powerpuff Girls show. Ah! That's Mambo Jumbo number 5. Ah, yes! The song that Lou Bega stole from the German Temple of Mambo. I had a second guy explain that to me one time, and I didn't really understand it, but I trust him with my life. And that includes factoids on music. Any music. Really. And at least I got my health back for the most part. Ah! Wait, why do we ever get a Rowdy Rough Boys show? Why do we never get a Rowdy Rough Boys show? I don't know what that is. What were we talking about? Oh, that's the evil version of the Bizarro version of the Powerpuff Girls. Because that's stupid. And they were created for a single episode that, if I remember correctly, wasn't even that good. I'll say it. You'd think Wonderwall's mid. No, he's a guy who plays Minecraft and has a mustache on his skin. Is that... that's the Five Nights at Freddy's guy who did the Vita of 87? His hair's pink or something? Was that the one? Somebody help me here. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of this Minecraft man. That's a dude. I know, I remembered. Look, I watched that show many years ago and honestly didn't really like it that much, but I mean, it was fine. It wasn't bad or anything. It's just, it was all right. Thank you, Makai, for the sub. I'll forever remember Mambo number 5 through Columbo number 5, a really uncomfortably racist Flash animation. Wait, what? Oh, Combo number 5. I thought you said Columbo number 5, and it was based around the TV detective Columbo, because that would have been great. That's the one I want to hear. He's got 5 more questions for you. Anyway, that would have been inspirational. I want to take this, but I also want to keep the... you know what, and also just do this. I'm going to keep it safe. Keep it simple. Keep it me not dead. Bricked up in context. Him and the Powerpuff Girls is always bricked up. Him from the Him, the devil character from the Powerpuff Girls is always bricked up. That it doesn't answer anything. Now, if I remember the character of him correctly, he is some sort of, classic, devil sort of character who has, some sort of fleshy tutu-like growth around his midsection and crab claws for hands. And I don't know what that means. Monk versus Columbo. Look, I like Tony Shalhoub. Did a great job portraying that character. Honestly, I would go with Columbo. Like, excellent show. Excellent, very breezy summer entertainment you can throw on, watch for hours. Not as good as Columbo. Yeah. Columbo's got so much personality. Ah! Oh. Thank you, Mushroom Boy, yet again. I'll give you props where it is due, and certainly due here. Monk versus I really like Psych, though. Psych was so fun. Psych. Wait, I'm gonna start coughing again. I can't believe you. You've lost your Tony invite. Fine. I'm sorry if Tony Shalhoub is never going to appear on the stream now. If that's the price I had to pay, I have to let my truth be known. Regardless of how uncomfortable it is, I'll live with it. Psych versus Mentalist. Oh, the Mentalist. I hated the Mentalist. The Mentalist was such a garbo show. Why did they have to cast the smuggest man alive in the main role? Well, I don't even remember who that is, and if I'm insulting somebody very famous right now. But I did not like it. I mean, it's... Okay, to be fair, it is part of the character, too, that he's a very, very incredibly smug man in the show as well. So that, I suppose you could just consider that to be very good acting. But it is also something that did affect my enjoyment of the show. Also, the idea of Red John being this sort of... he's not even a... He wasn't even like some sort of serial killer. He was some sort of cult leader, immortal super god by the end of it. It was absurd and so stupid. It really felt like the sort of same frustrations that I was feeling with the end of House, for example, where the plots just got increasingly more ridiculous and idiotic over time. But like the Mentalist had that from episode 1, where he's like sleeping under... Whoa! Where he's like sleeping underneath a big like bread smiley face painted in blood because he can't get over. Oh, the old can't get over his not his parents, his wife and child being killed. Oh, I hate that. It was they did that really big on the Death Stranding 2 with the Hartman character, and I was just rolling my eyes the entire time, and it's so stupid. Now, if we were gonna take a choice between Columbo and the guy from Lie to Me, that I think is a battle for the ages. It's like, so the Mentalist, or not the Mentalist, the Tony Shalhoub is that, who am I? Columbo. Columbo obviously has the charisma, but the Lie to Me guy has the willingness to literally get inches away from somebody's face and stare at them for a very disturbingly long time. I think that's powerful. Like, that's... You can do a lot with that sort of, like, lack of respect for somebody's personal space. The passion. I can thank you to pay for the 5 given subs. For the passion about how much I dislike... Oh, now let me go and tell you about Criminal Minds. Look, okay, so here's the thing. I've been unemployed a lot. I've watched a lot of daytime television. You know what's on a lot of daytime television? Sitcoms and police procedurals. So have I seen a lot of these shows? Yes. Have I seen a lot of The Big Bang Theory? Yes. Have I seen a lot of have I seen the entire series of Charmed? Probably multiple times? Yes. I don't know where I'm going with this. How about NCIS versus CSI? I like CSI more. I feel like, Mark Harmon did a great job portraying Leroy Gathro Gibbs. And he definitely did, put in great work as the character and everything like that. But overall, I think the sort of like flashiness and more ridiculous storylines. And NCIS could get some ridiculous storylines, but good God, CSI got absolutely ludicrous. Of course, CSI also has several spin-offs. NCIS, the spin-offs, well, was a spin-off. But also, you know, it was... they've been less than impressive compared to something like a CSI Miami or whichever one used the I Can See for Miles, which is one of my favorite Who songs. Hey, thank you, Flacada! Welcome to the stream. I'm talking about daytime television. I have seen all... Whoa! That was close. I have seen all, for example, of the NBC sitcom Las Vegas. I've talked about that a lot. Especially the storyline with Molly Ringwald in it, because I think they really did her dirty. But I wonder if she didn't deserve it, because it was like weird how it turned out like that. Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, I don't know. All right. Ah, nice. But I've also seen like all of Will and Grace. Better than you would expect, but not super amazing show. CSI New York? No, CSI Cyber is the one. CSI New York, I can't even remember which Who song that used. I never saw Hannibal, actually. I feel that's one of those ones that it's just like, I don't know, I feel I never... That was not a daytime television. That was a primetime police procedural, which means that I didn't really watch it nearly as much. Like, you have to be in syndication for me to have seen it, because, of course, I wasn't gonna... Ah! There's better stuff to watch on at, like, 5 p.m., right? You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Hey, get out of here, you. But we're talking, like, 1 p.m.? Oh, baby, you know you are watching NCIS. And similarly, it's just like, you're going to just watch that if you're waiting to get your oil changed or something, too. It's like, you're well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. Usually, at that point in time, I'm watching, like, home renovation shows, which I remember a lot less of. I have much less opinion on that. But you've seen The Big Bang Theory? Hannibal wasn't syndicated. Hannibal was on air and only had, what, 2-3 seasons, I think it was? Big Bang Theory is playing non-stop every single day, every single hour of every single day on TBS. I mean, I have no doubt that it was a great show. I've heard a lot of great stuff about it, which is weird because I think Silence of the Lambs is kind of silly. Certainly the sequels were. But it's like they did a great job with it. Who am I to say no? I haven't seen it myself, so I can't really give any sort of opinions on that. Hannibal wasn't on air. They didn't invent air travel yet. He used elephants to cross the Alps. Oh, that makes sense. I didn't really consider that, to be honest. As a kid, after The Simpsons at 6 p.m., yep, I would watch some soap followed by NCIS, CSI, Law and Order, and then it's bedtime. I would flip on, like, well, okay, I wasn't a kid when those shows were on the air. It was, you know, like ER and, God, I don't know. I watched a lot of Nickelodeon at the time. That was the big one for me. And that included, like, Nick at Night. So, actually, I have seen a substantial amount of, like, I Love Lucy, I love... What is the Genie one? I Dream of Jeannie. What was the witch one? The witch one where they had 2 Darrens. Was Red Dragon? I don't know. I heard Bewitched. Oh, was it called Bewitched? I don't know. I thought that they had a dumber name than that, to be honest. I remember liking that one, but I also really remember liking Sabrina the Teenage Witch when that one's on the air. Why does it always come back to me talking about, like, 90s television? Whatever. Anyway, Sabrina's a fun show. They did retool. I remember losing interest in it when they did a lot of retooling of the show, though, to, like, include different characters and settings and whatever. But for the first few seasons, at least, first actually, like, pretty substantial amount of seasons, if I remember correctly, pretty good. There was a talking cat, and he was very sassy. And I like that. I like the talking cat. Green Acres, watch... Yeah, Green Acres 3's Company. Oh, my God. Ugh. Rally up this health. Rally up this health, for God's sake. Ugh. Ugh. I'm just going to do the potion charge here at this rate. Wow, that was close. Dukes of Hazzard never really watched. I didn't have too much interest in that show, to be honest. Green Acres, not so much. Beverly Hillbillies. Beverly Hillbillies was on a lot, too. Nick and Nite. Yeah, Nick and Nite did run Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for a long time. I remember... Specifically, one thing I really remember was hanging out with a friend in college while he was playing World of Warcraft. I was kind of like half paying attention and half watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fresh Prince of Blair. Which was... I mean, it was fine. I don't know. Not the most I don't know if I was super... I don't know if I would say that I was necessarily super into Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, Mushroom Boy. I can replace you with a marginally more powerful Mushroom Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, Mushroom Boy. The Andy Griffith Show. Another show that was definitely on, but I didn't watch too much because I thought it was kind of boring. But I suppose that did introduce me to Don Knotts, so take that how you will. How much is a Don Knotts worth to you, chat? Ooh. Aye. Andy Griffith Show, of course, I mostly remember. The Nanny. The Nanny, I remember. It's like there was that, last year, there was that writer's strike. And like Fran Drescher is the head of SAG or something. And that just brought up a lot of memories of watching the opening to The Nanny. And being like, damn, I wanted to see a cartoon. Why are there live action people on screen now? I just wanted to watch the cartoon part. It was years until the cable that I had in the area started carrying like Cartoon Network. And that was Fran Drescher, right? She was the Nanny, right? Am I thinking of somebody completely different? I don't know, it's been literal years. But I was that just brought back a lot of memories of that because it's confusing. Yeah, okay, I was right on that, yeah. Now, don't worry, my sitcoms from the 70s? I'm going to look this up real quick. Oh, yeah, a lot of... Rod Howard is the kid on the Andy Griffith Show. Speaking of that, it's like, oh, yeah, right, there was a lot of Happy Days, right? A lot of Happy Days on Nick at Night. That was playing basically nonstop. Nanny. American sitcom. Yeah, starring Fran Drescher, yeah. Was Full House on there? I don't know. Full House is another one of those shows that if I saw it on air... I remember that was on TBS a lot. But if I saw that, I was like... surely there's something better. I was really disinterested in Full House. I did, and honestly, I think that even stays to this day. I never got much out of that show. All I remember was one episode had, like, an uncle or something who was an alcoholic, and he was drinking a bottle of vanilla extract, and he said, it may not be Miller time, but it is vanilla time. And that's the only thing from Full House that has ever stuck with me. It is vanilla time. So that's all you got. That's all I got, everybody. I'm sorry for all the Full House fans. The house heads out there. Not to be confused with fans of House MD, I guess. Ah! The Munsters. Did they play that on there? I don't even remember. Again, probably much like the Beverly Hillbillies, not a show I found particularly interesting. I want sassy housewives being witches. That's what I wanted out of television. Actually, I wanted cartoons, but they stopped showing cartoons at like 10 p.m. Like, what can I say? An opening song set in an amusement park. I don't know. Some of you didn't have real Nick and Nite. Nick and Nite was in black and white. I said I watched a lot of I Love Lucy. Is that not good enough? I saw like all the classic episodes. There was a lot of good stuff there. I mean, did I really appreciate it as a kid? No, not really. In the same way that despite the fact that for years network executives kept shoving, just cramming the Flintstones down my throat, I still never gained any appreciation for that show. And in fact, to this day, I find a lot of disdain towards it. And it's crappy sitcom, which they tried to dress up as something more interesting by making it into a cartoon. But I think that just meant that the writing was even worse. Anyway, how old is Adult Swim? Oh, wait. If I say this, you'll know my age. Like early 2000s. Life on Mars was not on Nick and Nite for me. Or, actually, like, that was years. That came out years and years later. What about like the David Bowie car crash isekai? I mean, no, that was why I think that was. It would have been on like the BBC or something, which I did not have. So, yeah, you're 35. Quit trying to guess that. Okay, what am I taking here? You're not gonna get it right. Toonami was good shit. It was. How many times can a man watch Inuyasha though? And I know you might like Inuyasha. I don't know. Like hey everybody. Was anybody here really shipping Inuyasha with Kikyo? Just like a. And it's okay. I'm not gonna judge you. Okay, I'm gonna judge you a little bit. Really? Yeah, no, exactly. All right, I just wanted to make sure. It's like we're all like most of us. See that Inuyasha ending theme. I mean, I remember all the themes pretty well. Oh my god. What was I doing? I've entirely forgotten. The oil grenade is not doing that much for me. We'll just go take this instead. What was your favorite original Toonami series? Big O, probably. I want to say Big O. I really like Big O. That was that series was a lot of fun. Or that was Adult Swim though, wasn't it? Actually, I don't remember now. Was that on the OG? I did not. I'll still continue to say this, and I know it's a controversial opinion. That was Adult Swim. Okay, well then, damn, because that was my favorite. I loved that show, and I'm still so disappointed never got another season. They had plans for it apparently. I wanted to learn about him being a tomato. Come on, he was a tomato. And we were going to learn more about that. I mean, okay, well, we learned plenty about that, but we could have learned more about that. Bro, Bro is 43. You're not going to guess it. Stop trying. Very disappointed in you, chat. What were we talking about here? Oh, yeah. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this. Never liked Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball because it was on. Like, you know what? Here, let's get double summons. But honestly, it's so slow, and it's just, like who's more powerful than whom, and I just never liked it. And I feel bad about saying that, now that Akira Toriyama's passed, but it's just like, what can I say? I never liked it, okay? But it's like that was daily they were playing that. When I had already seen every episode of The Simpsons 5 times, because I did, it's like that's all I was going to be able to watch. What else good was on? I'm going to go watch the NBA on NBC? After Round Ball Rock, who cares? Nobody cares about the rest of basketball. Ugh. I got into it because of Abridged. That's fair. I mean, okay, the Abridged stuff was fun. But, you know, it is. That is also an entirely different beast now, isn't it? Oh. Yeah. 71. Okay. You know I would. Now, you know that one's not correct. How close were you on the other ones then? Ooh, wow, who knows? You enjoy the Tracy Ullman Show? Never watched Tracy Ullman Show. That is even before my time. I mean, like, let's be honest, I never really watched too much for late night shows, period. So, take that how you will. At best, I was watching Conan O'Brien, and that was kind of a rare thing. It's like there was not like, you know, appointment viewing or anything like that. The Partridge Family on Nick at Night. I probably watched that. I don't remember. Like, I was certainly on. There were so many. Like they changed. And see, all the Simpsons. Chat, he's 36. What do you mean? I didn't see. How it is it like? That was like 1990. If I was 36, that would make me. I would be like 2 or something at the time, right? 3, 2. Yeah, that would be 88, right? So it's just like, you think I'm watching that when I'm like the tiniest of baby childs? You think I would remember that if I was the tiniest of baby childs? Certainly not. Which came first, Abridged or Red versus Blue? Red versus Blue was, I believe, well ahead of any of the Abridged, which I think the first Abridged was Yu-Gi-Oh? I think most of the other series kind of came from that. Just buy 3,000 subs and he'll tell us. You'll never find out. But yeah, no, I wasn't watching TV in the 80s. Have to delete the VOD. No. We'll have to... as far as I know, I don't think I've said anything truly heinous yet this stream. To warrant deleting the VOD. To warrant erasing this track from existence. Yet. There's still more to the run. We're doing pretty good. I feel like I've gotten a pretty decent run going, although losing out on 2 potion charges is not like the most ideal circumstance, but it's not the worst circumstance either. I guess. I was watching the BBC when I was 3. I do not believe that I had the BBC for years because the cable that I had as a child, which I had cable, the house, my parents had cable, did not have like premium channels like your HBOs or like a lot of channels, like a lot of stuff. Eventually they changed it up to have a lot more of a selection, but for many years, the only really decent channel that was on was like Nickelodeon. And that was during the point in time when they had a lot of like game shows and like sports challenge shows, like Figure It Out and... oh, hey. Figure It Out and Guts and Wild and Crazy Kids. And those were not fun to watch, but I didn't have anything else to see. Like, what, am I going to go watch Duckman? Come on. And the answer is absolutely. That show is great. But, you know. Also lost a lot of context for that being a child. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Now, as long as I don't get killed stupidly by something stupid. Hey, that shouldn't have hit. I call shenanigans. Yeah, whatever. Was Disney only on seasonally? I did not have... Disney Channel, if I remember correctly, did not yet exist, but I also didn't have it. I think I got Disney Channel around the same time as Cat. Cat's doing it. Cat's doing the thing. Got Disney Channel around the same time as I got like Cartoon Network. So, yeah, not really. Not much. Hope you like Wild and Crazy Kids, and I did not. I certainly did not. Meh. This feels weird. It feels weird talking so much about old television. Whatever. Look, you can just mute me and watch the Dead Cells footage, right? That's my thought process on that. I assume most people do. All right. And give me that cheese. There we go. Fantastic. All right, we have an agenda. What's the agenda here that we need to talk about? We're here and we need to go and talk about Clinton administration television. How much do you remember of the Iran-Contra scandal? And the answer is nothing, of course, but still. 36, shut up. You're not going to figure it out, chat. All right. You made a Guts reference? Do you have it? Get your own piece of the aggro, Craig, if you win? Oh, yeah, Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nick Arcade. There you go. I said all the things. How many... is there anything else I can say? What was the one with, like, the giant nose that was like an obstacle course that people had to go through? I can't remember the name of it. I should know this. I should know this. Barely ever get to go back and watch the VOD. Well, if it's worth watching, it'll be saved. There's no war in Eurasia. Just in case you didn't know. Didn't get this key yet. I'm too young for Nick Arcade, so you didn't get to see kids playing through like the first level of Sonic the Hedgehog, trying to get as many points as possible, which is just like, yeah, that's what you do in Sonic the Hedgehog. And then they played maybe the worst VR game to ever exist ever, my God, ever. But as a kid, you're watching that and you look at it and you're like, this is so radical. I want to be in a video game like that one day. And it barely worked. It like barely worked. And they had some like press your luck animation for everything they did. Oh, it was just like the cheapest, most garbage looking thing. Kids get stomped by ActRaiser, which would still happen to me if I played ActRaiser to this day, which I do believe is on the list now that I'm thinking about it. So at some point in time, when I actually get ActRaiser, I'm going to have to play that. And you're going to watch me get, let's be real, mostly stomped by the final boss, because that's like the worst part of that game. But, well, we'll get there when we get there, right? Hoop, ah! I just got all that health back. Yeah, fine. I don't have agenda. Shut up. All right. I'm probably just going to use a potion charge at this rate here. It's kind of embarrassing. Anything of interest? It ain't bad. But I kind of have a build I'm going with here, so you know. Press your luck. There was a game show channel, which I do believe I think that was also one that it took a while to actually get. But no, there was a game show channel where they played like non-stop, classic Hollywood squares sort of stuff. Show was called Whammy when I was a kid. It was not. It was always called Press Your Luck. I think they even have a new version of Press Your Luck out now, which I really hope they're still using the same incredibly just janky, awful animations that they did back in the 70s. That would make me very happy. I hope that they got no better. Or they're like AI generated these days, which is basically the equivalent of extremely limited animation from the 70s. I don't know. It's like, I'm not even sure if there is, in fact, a Alright. I don't even know if that thing that I was talking about there being a remake of that show was actually true or not. Alright. Trying to get me hopping around? You know that's not. What? Roll that, roll that. Back in the 70s when you were a child? Yeah, exactly. I'm 70 years old. We've already established that. Man, I am losing a lot of health here. Ah, you're not supposed to be able to hit me there. Good enough. Oh, 70s is 50. Yeah. It's me, your favorite middle-aged streamer here. As we all know, got into the streaming game when I was 47, of course. Couldn't you tell? 59 is 36.5. What does that mean? 40 years is the 80s now. Yeah, I know that. I'm aware. Like, what do you think? I'm not aware of how numbers work? I know how numbers work. I may not be a Zoomer math. Okay, I don't know what that means either. Look, I can tell you one thing. I'm not one of them alpha kids or whatever you call them now. I'm not one of those alpha males that all these kids are these days. Me, I come from a simpler time. Back when the internet was much crappier, and consequently the rest of the world. There you go. So with the explosion, I can't actually get that. Good. That's what I want to see. But do you really know how numbers work? I mean, that's true. It's like, do any of us really know how numbers work? I mean, yes, we might be able to do things like count or simple arithmetic. But the reality is that there's so many things with mathematics that we still don't know. Hell, if you go and discover that yourself, there are literally like $1 million questions that if you can solve these unsolved math problems, you can get $1 million. Consider that. Now, are you going to be the person to do it? I don't know. I don't know you. I want to say yes. Anybody in my audience. I'd like to think that I attract people in my audience that are intelligent enough to solve unsolved problems of math. Tell me about the flaws in the Riemann hypothesis that you've discovered in the last week, chat. Numbers are non-binary. I mean, numbers have always been non-binary because that's silly. Unless you're a computer. But even then, we've actually managed to get away from that. Quantum computing is the future. It just shows the righteousness of the cause, right? Where is the food? Yeah. That Smasher's sort of going invisible. The hopefulness of a true millennial. What does that mean? Chat, you have to actually say things that make sense. Otherwise, I'm not going to understand it. There we are. Can't you get out of here? Oh. We all know the millennials are the last holdout of the conservative movement. All right. Anyway, I want to complete a run with Cat and Mushroom Boy. What a coincidence! I mean, hey, they're like auto towers, right? Why not? Oh, what do I even want to do here? Yeah, kids are stupid. They only lost hope because they're dumb. Would Ice Crossbow be fun? Nah, probably not. I want to be a little bit safer than that. I have a Rampart. Nah, I like the extra damage. Nah, I like what I'm working with right now. All right. What were we talking about? I've entirely forgotten as we've now gone into the generational wars. Not wars between generations, wars between the generations. Which should be a pretty swift win. I think I can take on like an 80-year-old. However, I don't think I can take on like a 20-year-old. So, well, there's where I start and stop, I suppose. Alright. What are we talking about here? And I certainly don't think I could take on like a 10-year-old. Those kids, they got too much energy. And I usually think of myself as being somebody who has a lot of energy. But a 10-year-old? No, they would kill me. I think I would be Lord of the Flies immediately in an intergenerational battle. Sacrifice to the big pig head. See, and that's the thing. It's like all of the octogenarians are going to love that reference, and the kids aren't going to get it. They don't read books anymore. They only eat cell phones. I keep telling them it's bad for them, but then they just growl at me and run away. Kids these days, I tell you. It's been weird ever since the alpha generation became feral. Yeah, okay. That's what TikTok does to you. The long-term effects of TikTok on the brain. Shut up. Shut up, Tex. Anyway. Lord of the Flies was good. Of Mice and Men wasn't. I liked Of Mice and Men. I mean, like, look, yeah, no, it's not like it's the greatest book of all time or whatever, but I think it as like a short story, you know, to explain the relationship between was good. That's what I said. So you're going to tell me you didn't like the Grapes of Wrath. I know, Mushroom Boy, you have served me so well over the course of this run, and now you have betrayed me in my time of need. Speaking of my time of need. No, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. He's kind of right. Lord of the Flies was good. I don't know, that's right. Of Mice and Men, literally all the characters act like children despite the fact they're supposed to be middle-aged men. I mean, okay, it has been a little while since I've seen that book, but I do not remember that being the case. Maybe I just related them more because I read that when I was in middle school or something. That was probably about the point in time that I would have read that. Of course, I only read books like Fight Club and American Psycho because I'm just. What's that other one? What's the wheat one? The rye field. Those are the only books that are really worth reading. They really teach you how to do the Sigma grind set or something. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Catcher in the Rye. I've never actually read that book. Yeah. I've heard of it. I know nothing about it. Top 10 books to murder John Lennon to. I shouldn't. Can I retract that? Can I retract that statement I just said? Ready for the Dead Cells Animal Game spiritual sequel? Absolutely. What is it? This is the first I'm hearing, and I want to know more already. Tell me more. Tell me more. What you talking about? Kill Collector by exploding Mushroom Boy as punishment. Now, you know I'm not going to do that. Am I not getting the parry there? I feel like I should have gotten that parry there. There you go. There you go. There you go. Nope, Mushroom Boy got him. Need to read the Book of Mormon. What? No, wait, that's talking something else. Talking about something else. I did not understand what that meant at all. What's the anime? I want to play anime. I want to know about anime Dead Cell sequel, spiritual sequel, or literal sequels, whichever one you got there. I'll hear you out. Yeah. Did I actually get hit by that? Oh, just shameful. Ah! My Catholic psychology is holding on by a hair. Then it sounds like it's time to read some good old Dostoevsky for you. That'll get you right back into it. It's pretty good. I did read Brothers Karamazov a few years ago. Just in time to be able to reference that in the Persona series, I remember. Which is pretty good. Ah! Yeah, I think I'll be fine here, right? There you go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There we are. No, pretty handy dandy run. What? The mushroom boy didn't actually kill him. I was thinking that I could actually do. Oh, whatever. Well, that run went pretty well. I feel like the fact that I barely even talked about what was happening on screen. There goes the flawless. Oh, whatever. I got you. Go watch the Cursed Sword episode. You want to see a good flawless game. But yeah, I would say that run went pretty well considering how little I actually talked about the game there. And I exploded the Mushroom Boy in vain. I really thought that I was going to get the kill there. Purely for... Who even told me to do that? Salty Shoelace. That was for you, and I failed. I'm sorry. But I did try. Best survival build? Bat. Baseball bat's very good. Baseball bat is extremely, extremely good. Other than that, get a colorless weapon. Use Wish to get a legendary. That's the sort of stuff you're looking for. That's also, you know, I did have a request for this a few streams ago. Somebody wanted to see my stats. So just like the general one. Jesus. I'm fairly certain that is with mods from back in the day, but like the total number of games is definitely true. I got that. Tried using the bats and I don't hate it. I don't like the bats. Untouchable is actually not even as bad as I would have expected it to be. Oh yeah, the Architect's Rest. Doesn't exist. That's a dummied out area. But there were points in the game's history when you could get into it. Of course, zombie being the most common enemy of the game is going to be the one that kills me the most. Pause the video if you want to take a look at more. Only ever been killed by one ground shaker? Huh. They've certainly hit me more than that, and I'll tell you that. Most of the time I die to the Banished is when they kill me via curse, which doesn't count. Never been killed by a dancer. Going through the rest of them. You can see just how much better at the game I was getting by the time the Castlevania DLC came out. Oh, not to toot my own horn. Inquisitors also having a good kill count there. Again, blowgunners kill me when I'm cursed, and that doesn't count. Demon being extra large for no particular reason. Librarians, you can see I've died for things that only exist in one area of the entire game. Yeah. I remember that one death against the defender very well, because that was embarrassing. Collector over time has gotten a lot better. Same with the Queen. Have I never been killed by death? It certainly... that doesn't feel correct. And there you go. Just in case you wanted to know.